So I thought I'd do a little bit of an update here since the camera's working and it's focusing a little better. It's focusing a little bit better on stuff over there. So I tried both my 5670 and my 8800 GT. This is the 512 meg one. There's a second one just like this in my mom's tower. That's where I make out that it has 512 right there. Okay, there, focus, there we go. And I found out the 5670 is not the most responsive of graphics cards in this machine. So it's not that it's not responsive in Windows or anything. It's that the system won't even post with it in. The 8800 GT works fine, but it doesn't meet my requirements as far as length. You can tell this thing is like as long as my arm is, so it's not going to work. Plus, you need to plug in another cable into the power supply to drop that in. And since I don't want to do that, I decided to bite the bullet. I'm going to use the 5670 instead in my shuttle box. And I got my 9800 GT Eco by Zotac out of my shuttle box. And put the cover back on there. And I dropped it in here. So, let me just go through what I've gone through so far over here. As you can tell, the wiring is a little bit of a mess, but I managed. I think I've done a little bit. I think I've done pretty well in cable management here. As you can see, the heatsink is nice and clean now. The fan is very quiet. I'm going to turn this on in a little bit after I do a little bit of an explanation here. Right down here, I found out via the manual that there is supposed to be a Molex connector plugged into there. That way, the PCI Express card gets power, which is stupid because now there's a wire. Oh, excuse me. It's like, what is it? It's like 1 o'clock. But now there's a Molex cable going across, and I have it laying on the CPU thingy right there on the fan and the latch. And I really shouldn't have anything going across here because that's bad cable management etiquette, I guess, or bad method, or whatever the right word is. So I'm probably going to route that around if I can get another extension cable or something. That way I can pop it across on the other side of those capacitors and tuck it behind the board. All that. And this is just to get everything working, of course. I did turn it on. It did work. It posted. Everything worked fine. However, when I got it into Windows would only see 1 core. I thought it was a problem with this particular CPU in Windows 7, but I thought that must be some sort of a mistake, since there should be no limitations as far as how many cores Windows 7 can use and stuff based on board architecture and stuff. And that really honestly was the case here. The BIOS was flashed to the most recent one, which was November 2005. So I flashed it back to the September 2005 BIOS, which was I think it was the oldest one that I had, and I could find. There was that one, and then there was the other one, and this one was flashed with some other one. I don't know. I've got my 2 gigs of memory in there. Now they're actually matched pairs of Kingston memory. Here's the 9800 GT Eco. Doing its thing. All nice and happy. There's my OLG card, my wireless card here. Let's see. One thing I do want to point out is the backdrop wasn't completely all the way compatible. I did have to cut some of it out since I am anal about there being the actual metal backdrop being there, just for airflow reasons. So I did have to cut out a little bit of it. I got a pair of tin snips out and got the cutting. So I'm not going to use the sound anyway since I have the Audigy over there. I think I'm pretty set. We'll see how that goes for now. A little bit of what I have plugged in here. I have just a USB keyboard, a mouse, and another keyboard. Junky dull quiet key here that I wrote shift on the plus key and I put it in there because I'm just too poor to. At that point, I had to have a keyboard. I needed the shift key, and the shift key broke. Let me just take my hand out of the thing there so I can show you this mouse. It's a Microsoft trackball. And I got this at the same, I guess it was the same thrift shop that I got a couple, I guess I got some SATA cables and stuff, and some stuff. They were in a bag. The same thrift shop. But I usually get all the good stuff at that one. And this was one of them. I cleaned up pretty nice. The mouse trackball now moves very freely. I increased the tension on the spring that keeps this up. There's a spring that keeps it up from pushing on the thing. There's no actual spring that keeps it off of the button built in, so that spring is there. I guess that's a hardware revision that they got rid of later on, and the button became all that was needed. I don't know. I'm not into that. I do know. Windows 7 did need a driver for the chipset. The Radeon Express chipset 200p is what it is. The Radeon Express 200p. And that's what's there. Southbridge is ATI something or other. I have no clue. And I've read that the RX 480s can be very picky about. It's a RX 480. That's what it is. I found out they can be very picky about what kind of graphics card you put in here. You see I have my sort of way of getting the SATA cables through here. The top and bottom ones are blue for the 2s, and the 501 get the yellow ones. That way I can tell which one's plugged into which. On board SATA is the Silicon Image 3112. It's decent. So I pretty much reused everything except for the board and the graphics card. In this case, I guess the graphics card's new and the motherboard's new, and I pretty much reused everything in the rebuild. I did clean it out. There was some dust every so few inches. I cleaned out the blades on both the fans. So you know what? I'm just gonna shut my yap because I'm already 8 minutes in, and I'm just gonna start this damn thing up. Chicken shit. And you hear it. Barely. There it goes. MSI Corcel. Extreme chip you've ever needed. I love it. You can see there's no more 80 port thing there as hell, but it is starting Windows. I use the same hard drive and stuff from the old install because I'm lazy. I did uninstall the ATI stuff, the old 10.2 legacy drivers that I was using for the X850 XT. I dropped on the latest NVIDIA, which is in like 380s or something now. I don't know. I couldn't really see it that much for a different distance. I don't know, for some reason it takes kind of long on the starting Windows screen here. Not my business as to why. It runs fine either way once it gets booted up. So speaking of that, where's this keyboard of mine? Oh yeah, look at that, we got a floppy there. Yeah, people actually use floppies still. It's amazing, right? I have this at 1024 by 768. However, the highest resolution this can go is 1280 by 1024, and I have it at 1024 by 768 for the reason of just to be able to. I guess just to be able to see it from distance, because I do have this on top of my server, and I do have my couch over here. And even though I'm not hard of seeing, I don't want to strain myself too much. I'm looking through the viewfinder. I love this. Alright, so, see here. Yeah, I love these flickering lines the CRT does. But AMD Athlon 64X2 dual-core processor, 4600 plus, 2.4, 2.41. The front side busts up a little bit. 2 gigs. It's 32 bits still. I'm probably gonna keep it this way, just because for compatibility with stuff. Plus, I've only got 2 gigs, so why bother? And I've changed the computer name to match. I don't know. It does arrow pretty well. I do have to redo the experience index, since this is before I made sure the second core was working, so but I'll show you anyway what it shows up as. Besides the CPU being 4.3, memory's on a 5.0, Radeon 800 GT is at 6.8 for both gaming and aero, and the primary hard disk, which is the IDE one, is at 5.3, which is pretty good. I don't see the hard disk as being a bottleneck pretty so much, since the entire system is pretty fast, regardless. Actually, see if I can get. Oh look! I completely forgot that I had a scroll thingy there. I've got everything installed on here. Let's see. Let's see if you can see. I didn't pin it to my start menu yet. There you go. Athlon 64X2 4600, Manchester. I don't know if the core voltage is high or not. I really don't care. But it's working nonetheless. I have validated this, so I can show that it does work. Alright, so that's that. It works. It works up to at least to whatever point it wants to work at. And the fuzziness has come back, probably from running so damn hot. But everything works, no problems, no conflicts in the device manager. So this is going to be going on to bigger and better things from where it was, I guess. Except I may get a junkier card at one point, or a newer junkier card at least, so I'm not wasting as much power with this. Because even though it's an eco card, you know how that is. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I hope that this, in at least some case, piqued your interest. I'm trying to figure out if my board ever worked or not, since as of right now it seems I've gotten at least 10 views on my video. And then I've also got some other videos in my related video section that don't even relate to it. Like, one was for a review on mascara or something, or some sort of a reaction to it or something. Mascara something, some video splash stuff, I don't know. But since I'm getting close to 15 minutes, let me shut this off. Thanks for watching.